Everything looked fun and harmless. But the moment everyone sat down at the pirate dinner, you could feel something breaking inside this family, something that can't be fixed. The truth is, Episode 5 doesn't ease you into the emotion. Hits you fast, and it hits you hard. From the very first frames, the show makes it clear that this is not just another family meal. The pirate hats, the fake treasure, the loud laughter from the restaurant staff, they all feel out of place from the start. It's almost like the show is using the fun setting to hide the storm that's about to hit. And if you've been watching the season closely, you already know this moment has been coming for a long time. For weeks, pressure has been building around this family. Boone has been drifting further and further away, both in his choices and in his heart. Tommy has been trying to hold things together even as everything around him falls apart. And every small argument, every broken promise, every silent moment has been leading them right here to a dinner that was supposed to bring joy, but instead becomes the emotional center of the entire season. As the family walks into the themed restaurant, you can see the forced smiles. You can feel the weight behind their eyes. It's a place that should feel warm and silly, but the air around them feels cold. These characters are not just tired, they're worn down from the constant fight between love and responsibility, between loyalty and survival. The oil business has pulled them in different directions, and this dinner is their attempt to pretend everything is still normal, but Episode 5 doesn't let them hide. It doesn't let them pretend. The moment they sit at that table dressed like pirates, the cracks in their hearts start to show. And the way the camera lingers on each face tells you that something big is about to happen. Something that will change the season forever. This is the calm before the emotional storm, and every second is filled with the tension of unspoken pain. From the moment they sit down, the energy at the table feels strange, like everyone is trying too hard to act normal. The restaurant workers are shouting pirate jokes, waving plastic swords and dropping plates decorated with little treasure maps. But none of it reaches the faces sitting at that table. The whole environment is loud and cheerful, but the family's silence is louder. It's the kind of silence where everyone is scared to make the first move, because they know even one wrong word could open a wound that's been waiting to bleed. Tommy tries to break the ice first. He forces a quick smile, lifts his cup, and tries to make a simple joke, but the words fall flat. You can see it in his eyes. He's trying to pretend this dinner can fix something. He wants this moment to feel like the old days, when laughter came naturally and problems could be solved at a table. But the truth is, nobody at that table is the same person anymore. Too much has happened. Too much has been kept inside. Boone sits across from him, shifting in his chair, avoiding eye contact. He looks like someone who knows he has to face something, but doesn't know how. His shoulders are heavy, his voice is quieter than usual, and even the pirate hat sitting crooked on his head feels like a sad joke. It's clear he isn't comfortable. It's clear he wants to say something, but can't. Every time someone brings up a small topic, work, home, little day-to-day things, Boone shuts down even more because he knows the real issue is much bigger, and it is sitting right between them. The waitress comes over with fake pirate voices, slamming down plates of food like it's part of the show, but even she senses the tension. She looks confused for a moment, like she stepped into the wrong scene. And that's exactly what the dinner feels like, a happy theme placed over a heartbreak that no one is ready to talk about. The room is colorful, but the emotions are all gray. Little comments start slipping out. A sigh, a small complaint. Sharp tone in someone's voice. These tiny cracks spread fast, and the atmosphere at the table turns heavier. The pirate dinner was meant to be a funny distraction, a chance to feel like a family again. But instead, it becomes a stage where every hidden feeling rises to the surface, and every unspoken truth starts burning through the room. The turning point arrives quietly, almost too quietly for a scene wrapped in pirate costumes and fake treasure maps. It starts with one sentence, soft, shaky, and completely unplanned. Boone finally looks up, his eyes tired, his voice barely holding itself together, and he says something that instantly freezes the entire table. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, but it cuts through every fake smile, every forced joke, and every attempt to pretend things are okay. In that moment, the whole atmosphere shifts. The room stops feeling like a goofy-themed restaurant and turns into a pressure cooker of truth. Tommy's face changes first. His eyes go wide, but not from anger, more from the shock of hearing something he feared deep down but never wanted to face. He's been trying to hold everything together, but this is the moment he realizes he can't protect everyone from the truth. You can almost see the heartbreak spread across his face like a slow shadow. He doesn't shout, he doesn't argue, he just breaks a little on the inside, and that's even harder to watch than the rest of the family reacts. One person pushes their plate away, unable to eat anymore. Another looks down, blinking fast, trying to hide the tears building in their eyes. Someone else whispers, "Why now?" The sadness around the table grows heavy, like the weight of everything they've been avoiding finally crashing down. Even the restaurant noise fades into the background. The pirate songs, the clapping, the laughter from other tables, it all feels distant, almost cruel, because it reminds them of the happiness they should be feeling but can't reach. What makes the scene truly heartbreaking is the irony of it. A pirate-themed dinner is supposed to be silly, carefree, full of laughter and play. But here, surrounded by fake gold coins and goofy hats, a real emotional treasure is lost. Trust is broken, a bond snaps, and no one knows how to pick up the pieces. The show uses the bright, cheerful setting to make the sadness hit even harder. It feels like the world is celebrating while this family quietly falls apart. The final moment of this turning point is the hardest to watch. Boone lowers his head, realizing the damage his confession has caused. Tommy tries to speak, but his voice cracks. Someone stands up, unable to sit there anymore. The chairs scrape, the table shakes, and the truth settles like a storm cloud. At this point, it's clear that nothing will ever be the same after this dinner. The pirate dinner wasn't just a meal, it was the moment everything changed. And the heartbreak is impossible to escape. When the pirate dinner finally ends, the emotional damage lingers long after the characters leave the table. It's one of those scenes that stays with you even when the episode moves on, because you know this moment has broken something that can't be glued back together. The episode doesn't need explosions or action to hit hard. The real shock comes from watching a family crumble in a place meant for laughter. That contrast is what makes the heartbreak feel so real, so human, and so unforgettable. Fans online have been reacting exactly the way the creators probably expected: complete disbelief. Endless theories and a lot of emotional posts. Many didn't expect such a heavy moment in the middle of what looked like a fun, goofy setting. People are calling it one of the boldest scenes of the season, because it takes something simple, a family dinner, and turns it into a storm of truth. Viewers are sharing clips, screenshots, and comments about how the quiet pain in this episode hit harder than any fight or argument from earlier in the season. Some even say it's the moment that redefines the entire emotional tone of season 2. And they're right, because this scene doesn't just affect the past, it shapes everything coming next. The confession at the table isn't just a moment of weakness. It's the crack that will spread through every character's story. After this dinner, the questions become bigger and heavier. Can this family rebuild trust? Will Tommy step up? Or step away? Will Boone's guilt push him toward change or pull him deeper into the dark choices he has already made? And perhaps the biggest question, who will stay and who will walk out for good? The pirate dinner also sets the stage for new conflicts. Emotional wounds like these don't heal fast, and the show knows that. You can already feel the shift. The tone becomes colder, the characters' interactions sharper, their eyes tired from carrying too much. Future episodes will be shaped by this one night, because once the truth is spoken at that table, there's no version of the story where they go back to pretending. The trust they lost doesn't come back easily, and the silence that follows is heavier than any argument. The heartbreak of episode 5 isn't just about what happened, it's about what it means. It marks the moment the season stops being about surface tension and becomes a story of emotional survival. It's the kind of scene that fans will talk about for months, because it proves that even in a wild, loud, ridiculous pirate-themed dinner, the deepest pain doesn't hide forever. And then As the season moves forward, this night will haunt every step the characters take.